Hi, I hope by now that you've been able to get onto Planet Estream, but just in case you can't, I've put up a quick reminder this morning. We're going to look at how to put up content from a variety of forms today and also how to schedule programs that you might want to record. Remember, if you're coming in from a network or a non-network machine, you're coming through planetestream.tor.org.uk. On every page that you go onto on Planet Estream, you will see the menu button on the left-hand side. This is a good place to remember if you get lost. You can always go back to the home page. We're going to be looking today at that home page, adding media, the free view scheduler, and editing playlists. So the first thing we're going to look at from that menu is adding media. When you click on adding media, you'll see the screen that says click and browse for media to add, which means you can just click on that and go and choose a file from your user area or pen drive, or we're going to have a look at adding something from YouTube. So I've clicked on the upload to YouTube, and the first thing it will ask me for is a URL from YouTube. So I'm going to need to go and find the video that I want from YouTube, and at the top of that video you'll see the www, and I'm going to copy that and paste it straight into window 1 where we can see there. Once my URL is in for my YouTube video and I've pressed next step, I'm going to put some details in about the video. So the one I've selected is about wringing out a flannel in space. So I've put that as my title and a description. Importantly then, it asks me for some key details, so which key stage I think it might be applicable to, and I've put 2 to 5, a subject I want to relate it to, and a rating. Now I've put this as universal because I think the content would be suitable for anybody, and then I've tagged it. I've given it 3 tags to help people find it in the future: space, water, and gravity. I'm going to set some options for my video. So I'm happy because it's come from YouTube that all Telford schools can see this content. I'm happy for it to be public, and I don't really need to assign it to a category at the moment because it hasn't come from terrestrial TV. When all the details have been added about my video, I can just click on Add Item. And if we have a look on the home page now, you can see that my wringing out a flannel in space is under the recently viewed icon at the top. So if other people are logging onto the site, they can see what's just been uploaded. What I'm also able to do is go and look at one of those tags that I put in, such as space, and if I search under space, I can now see that the video that I've added is on that search bar. So again, the tagging is quite important because it will help you find content in the future. The other most common way to put content into Planet Estream will be via the menu Free View Scheduler, and this will give you your TV scheduler both going forward and also looking back between 3 and 5 days for some of the Freeview channels. It's worth noting the colour coding. A green programme is something that is now in the past and ready for recording. If a programme is yellow, then that is scheduled for recording already, or in the past, if it's purple, it's already been recorded. When you double click on a programme that you think you might want to record, again, it's put that information in, such as title and description for you, but you can also then go in and put in what key stage you think it's most useful for, subject area rating, any tags, and either select create a series link or schedule the programme. So what do we do once we've either uploaded a programme or video from a media file of our own, uploaded it from YouTube, or selected it through the scheduler? Well, if we click on that programme, we then get the option to play. And very much like you would with any video, you could have it full screen and just play it, or you can start to have a look at doing something with that video to make it easier for students to access. One of the things you'll notice underneath the video is if you click on it, you can add a comment. These comments can be time-stamped. So for example, I've waited until the astronauts ask the question, if you wring a dripping wet flannel out in space, what happens without gravity? When I'm playing that back in the future, I could see those comments being brought up on the screen. Another useful feature is that we might have a programme or video that covers lots of content, and we might want to chunk that up into specific sections. So under the right-hand menu, you'll see a chapters icon, and you can click on Add a Chapter. This will allow you then to break the video or the programme up into teachable sections. I can timestamp where I want each chapter to start and finish. I can either put that in, as you can see, by putting the individual seconds in myself, or taking the video to the point that I want it to start and finish at and clicking on Set. I also get the option to put a title in, a description. That's quite useful because it'll tell me what the chapter will be showing me and maybe some additional information. Here's an example of another space programme, and this has been split up into chapter 1, 2 and 3. This content has been brought over by ClickView, which is why it's automatically in 5-minute chunks, and it doesn't have those meaningful chapter titles that I talked about before. So if you're chaptering up programmes, as I said, it might either be useful to keep them as chapters 1, 2, 3 and 4, or to give them chapter names. Chapters are a great way of breaking up programmes, but they are universal, so if you and another colleague or another school are chaptering up a programme, they will all appear under chapters and you can't get rid of them. A way around this, if you go back to menu, you can create your own playlists, which means you could either chapter up a specific programme into a playlist that you want, or you could join a number of programmes together and pull in chapters from those programmes. So for example, let's say you were looking at space, but you only wanted to pull out parts of programmes that had astronauts in them. I've selected Edit Playlist from the main menu. So what I've done here is I've now done a search for space, and it's brought up my Ringing Out a Flannel in Space and any other videos that had space as a tag in them. What I want to do is on the right hand side you will see it says click here to add a new playlist. So that's what I'm going to do, and I plan on adding my video to the playlist and also a chapter from the video below. By clicking on Adding to Playlist, I've now given the relevant information about the playlist I'm creating. So you'll see in the green on the right hand side I've called it Rebecca's Space. I've also specified which key stage I think it's most appropriate for, and I've also tagged it. So again, I've put it into science. I might have put some other information about it. At the bottom on the right hand side you'll see that I've added the 2 videos that I wanted to my playlist. I did this by taking the top video, which was my flannel video, and clicking on Added to Playlist, which is the bottom option. However, I only wanted one of the chapters from the video below. So where I've got the chapter icons, I've clicked on chapter, chosen the chapter I wanted, which is chapter 4, and then clicked Add to Playlist. Now I've created my playlist, I've gone home and I've done a search for Rebecca's Space, and it's pulled up anywhere it's found the videos that were included. And you'll see the third one down will be mine, which is Type Playlist Rebecca's Space. That's searchable by anyone that's using Planet eStream now in school or in Telford. But should I want to make sure that students can see it clearly, I can always click on the Options button and share. And then I can share the hyperlink or embed that into something like a website that I might want to use, or the VLE in school. Another important thing to remember about the playlist is that if in the future there are other videos that I want to add to that, all I need to do is go back into the playlist and add them in later.